Hello, I hope you're safe and happy no matter where you are in the world. This week on Getting Baked, I decided to whip up a New York baked cheesecake with a little bit of a difference. I have these amazing Mickey Mouse ear silicone molds that my bestie bought back from Disneyland for me, and I thought what a perfect excuse to use them. And I made the cheesecakes in rainbow pastel layers. How cute is that? We've got a biscoff base, and then it's laid in 3 different colors, and of course topped off with sprinkles. Why not? Same unicorn sprinkles I used last week. And it's a vanilla based cheesecake. You can add whatever flavor you want to it, but I'll pop the recipe down below. Let me know if you have a go at it. How good is this? If you love cheesecake, you'll love this. It's cold on the teeth. Happy baking, guys. Okay, now we're going to start off with the base. You're going to need around 200 grams of biscoff cookies, some butter, sugar, and a pinch of salt. Here comes the fun part. We're going to crush the cookies. So pop them into a little plastic bag and beat them with either a rolling pin or a mixer, whatever you've got laying around, but crush up those cookies nice and fine. Once you're ready, you can pop your butter in and your sugar and salt and combine well. Make sure you get any of those lumps that are hanging around because you don't want that to be in your base. Now we're ready to fill our molds. So you either have a silicone mold like this, or you can use a cupcake tin like you can see for reference up there on the right. Spoon in your mixture and press it down with your fingers so it's evenly along the base. Once that's done, you're ready to pop it into an oven at 180 degrees and bake for 5 to 8 minutes. Now we're ready to make the filling. You're going to need some Philadelphia, some happy eggs, some sugar, lemon zest and salt, lemon juice, vanilla bean, some flour, and some sour cream. Pop in your Philadelphia and sugar and blend well, making sure to get those parts down from the sides to make sure that everything's blended well together. And once that's nice and blended, what we're going to do now is we're going to add in our lemon zest and our salt and our vanilla bean and blend well, and you can see it's starting to come together quite nicely here and cream up. Add your eggs in one at a time and blend well. It should start to get a little bit runnier now, and once that's ready you can add your sour cream in. Now we can transfer them across to 3 separate bowls and get them ready for colouring. I've decided to go with a purple, a turquoise and a yellow. Make sure that you blend really well to ensure that all of the colour is mixed through. Now you're ready to spoon the first layer in. Make sure that you don't get it up the sides because we don't want the colour to transfer up the sides. So just gently place the mix in, and you can maneuver it around with a knife because it's fairly runny at this stage. And once we've done the first layer, we're going to pop it into the freezer, and we're going to freeze for around about 10 minutes just to let this set so we can then put the next layer on. Once the first 10 minutes is up in the freezer, you're ready to spoon the next layer on. Be very gentle here, and again, you can maneuver it around with a knife so it's touching the edges but it's not coming up the sides. And again, once that second layer is set, you're ready to put your final layer on. Fill that right up to the top. Make sure everything is touching the sides. And you're ready to pop this back in the freezer for around about 5 minutes, just so it gets a little bit of a crust on it. And then we're going to pop that in a bain-marie or a big dish with some boiling water in it. And we're going to pop that in the oven to cook. We're going to cook these for around about 27 minutes. And once they're done, we're going to take them out of the bain-marie, and we're going to leave them to cool for an hour. Here you can see they're out of the oven. They have cracked just a little bit, but they're looking better than I expected. After it's cooled down for an hour, you want to pop these into the freezer for 3 hours. Here is what not to do. My impatient ass has taken these out after an hour, and look, they're not set. I pop them back into the freezer, and these babies have been frozen for 3 hours now. Gently pulling around the edges to loosen them up, and they come out much easier and in one piece. And you can see the layers have turned out beautifully and fairly even. Now we're ready to decorate. You can pop anything on top, you can leave it plain. I just went straight to the unicorn sprinkles that I used last week because I'm digging on them at the moment. And here they are, the 3-layered New York cheesecake, Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse style. Let me know if you gave these a crack, and happy baking!